Joe here at ECRM Store Brands Week, and I'm with Larry Aylward, right? That's the way to pronounce
That's
it.
right.
For all you guys who don't know, it's Aylward, not Aylward or Aylward or Aylward. So Larry Aylward, with Editor-in-Chief of Store Brands Magazine, and thank you for joining us.
Oh, hey, Joe, thank you for having me.
Well,
Appreciate it.
we love having you here at our Store Brands sessions, and one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about is, since you've been here both for the Store Brands Summit as well as in meetings throughout the past 3 days, if you could, I'd like to cover some industry trends that you've been seeing. But first, let's start with the Store Brands Summit, because Larry was actually in the retailer presentations track. And so during that time, I was moderating and hosting the marketing services track. So talk a little bit, just some overview takeaways from the retailer presentations, because we can't go into any specifics.
Sure. Well, I must say they were all very, very good. And when I saw the schedule, 5 hours of seminars from retailers, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, that's
But you know
gold
what?
for you,
I was
yeah.
locked in the whole time. So I credit them, and because they're all very good. And I really see a big emphasis on retailers getting their private brands in order and really starting to use them as leverage for their overall programs. Big time. Not just, maybe in the past, okay, yeah, we have private brands. They're using them as their strength.
So a key differentiator for their business.
Big time. They realize that if they want people to come to their stores, they need to have private brands that drive that traffic, and different private brands. And we're seeing, that was very evident to me.
So they're pretty much going to be treating them almost the way like a major CPG company treats their brands.
Absolutely.
Right? Gotcha.
Yeah, and I've even heard talk, recently that, hey, why are we calling these private label or private brands? Some of these are brands in their own right.
Yep.
And you can look at some of these retailers with what they've accomplished and the sales of these lines, and that's true. They're their own brands.
They're billion-dollar brands in themselves. So yeah.
Yep,
Okay,
exactly.
cool. And what about from the Q&A portions? What kind of things were the suppliers asking about?
They're really, you had some people in the audience who were offering some different kind of things. Okay. There was a supplier of hemp products in the audience, and asked some questions to just about all the presenters, and every one of them, I think, said, yes, we are very interested in hemp-based products, whether they're non-food or food.
Gotcha.
Because it's a growing category, as we all know, and there's still some things to get through as far as regulation. But boy, there's a huge interest there for retailers.
And I know they're starting off, like CVS and Walgreens started off with the topicals, and because the FDA hasn't given an opinion on the anything that's ingestible. But with them two already in the game, definitely everybody's going to start following, and it'll be interesting to see what happens on the store brand side, right? Wasn't it Fairway that started with their own brand of CBD? So I'm curious to see what happens down the road as far as how much of the CBD products end up being store brands.
Right.
That'll be cool to watch. So, all right, and you've been in about 50 meetings with suppliers over the past 3 days. What are some of the key trends that you've been hearing them talk about, and as well as outside of these meetings?
Well, number one, I would have to say premium. And I go back to a Nielsen report that came out late last year, and one of the things it talked about was premium. And that was the biggest growth area in private brands.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, it's still not as many dollars in the premium segment as there is the national brand equivalent, but the premium is growing and growing and growing. And I tell you, I see that all over the place. Yeah.
I think that does parallel with what you heard from the retailers, where they're if they're trying to boost up and make the store brands a more key part of their business, they want to have some premium products to back that up.
seeing some outstanding products here. You know, sauces and chips.
Okay.
Just some real high-end things. Very impressive.
Cool. All right, and I believe you mentioned wellness was another
Oh yeah,
one?
yeah.
Okay.
Going strong. Absolutely.
Now, are they doing with wellness? Are you seeing? Because I know in the other grocery sessions that we've had, the branded ones, and we're hearing a lot about. One is you have vegan, you have keto, you have free from allergies. That's a big thing. You seeing that reflected in the store brands as well?
Oh yeah, yeah. Almost every visit we've had, except for maybe suppliers who are really offering indulgent products, and there's nothing wrong with that either.
Gotcha.
People still want that,
Yep.
and we got to have our indulgence. But yeah, you're seeing that real emphasis on free from and on the packaging and we're not this, we're not this, we're not this,
Gotcha.
we are this, we are this.
Okay.
So big time promotion there.
And are these reflected in HBC too? You know,
Yes.
both premium and cleaner products.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's really starting to take off in that segment as well.
Great,
Yeah.
great. And what else have you heard of?
Well, you know, I think we're going to start seeing more and more retailers using sustainability
Gotcha.
to differentiate.
Okay.
Now, they're not just doing it to make money, so
Yeah.
to speak.
Yeah.
Number one, they're doing it because they believe in it.
Yeah.
They want to do the right thing. They want to leave this world in a good place, you know? And, but number two, they realize, hey, this is a big differentiator.
Yeah.
You know, you've got this millennial generation who supposedly is more into this, and that's good. God bless them for that, because the boomers like me, maybe we should have been more into it, and now we are. I think
Yeah.
the fact that we're seeing it more and more,
Yeah.
we realize, wow, you know,
It's,
we gotta-
it's rubbing off on us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we just weren't as educated in the past about it. So that's a good thing. And I think retailers are really embracing this with their private brands. We're going to see more and more of it with their products. And but again, they're doing it for, number one, doing it to do the right thing.
Yeah, it's not a marketing ploy. They're doing it because they really want to do it. And,
Exactly.
You know, it's everything else is coming along with it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think you're going to see the Food and Drug Administration get a lot more involved. I was at a meeting, the Washington conference, the PLMA Washington conference, and listened to a big presentation there. And the FDA is really getting involved in this. They want to decrease obesity. They want people to decrease the high blood pressure. And they're really getting involved, and they're going to have some incentives of you know, maybe a little icon that
Okay.
retailers can put on their products, or
Yep.
branded companies can put on their products as well. And this is another great opportunity for retailers and store brands, and a lot of them are already out in front of it, and they just need to stay out in front of
Gotcha.
it. And for the ones that aren't yet there, they need to get involved with that and really jump in on this and do everything they can to get the bad stuff out of these products. But they got to taste good.
Yes. You know what? It's always, doesn't matter how good it is, if it tastes like crap, no one's going to eat
That's
it, no one's
right.
going to buy it. So
Yep.
you need to have both of them. So.
Exactly.
Well, great. Well, thanks a lot for all that information. And we are going to have some of this covered in an upcoming issue of Store Brands Magazine. So
Yeah.
check it out. Otherwise, you can go online, storebrands.com.
Yep.
All right. And I want to thank you again for joining us.
Well, thank you, Joe.
All right.
I appreciate you having me.
Cool.